Hello everybody, Jim here, and in this video, let me actually put the volume a little bit down. In this video, I will pick it up from where I left it on the previous video, and we'll go from there. So in the last video, I showed you a tool that wasn't completed, and talk a little bit about some other stuff that I'm working on. So let me actually show to you how the tool looks like now that it is completed. So this is it. This is the tool. So, and I will show you what it does and how it works. So on the top, it's shown here a toolbar, okay, and those two things, they do essentially the same thing. First and foremost, let's say what it is. Now for me, because I'm tracking multiple pairs, I do multiple things, I want to get a notification when a price is at a certain point, right? So I create my own alert system. And let me actually show to you. For example, let's say I put an alert. For example, we're on 1 hour here. When the price goes here, I will get a notification. Now, the draw and the make is the same thing. The make essentially can create an alert for any of the elements that MetaTrader 5 has. The draw is if you quickly want to place a line. Now I have made it a little bit thicker, the line, and that's that. Alerts on, off. Okay, this is the total alerts history. Okay, reset and menu. Another thing is, let's say I want to have, I don't know, let's say a resistance, a support, an order block, something. Okay. Let's say I want it to be like that. Okay. A zone, right? I click make, I click the item, right? When the price goes here, I will get a notification. Okay. Let's say I'm in a line, pretty much the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing with the draw. Fibonacci, whatever, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is that even if I change the time frame, okay, let's go to 4 hours. Those stuff will stay there, so it's good for analysis. And not only they will stay there, but also when the price reaches them, you will get the notification. Now, what will happen if I move? You can't move it, right? Click tab. Doesn't matter. The next thing is, let's actually go over to the menu just to see them. You see, it shows here the items that I have in track, but let's say, for example, that I don't know, I have those and I have some other stuff, let's say here, and let's say I'm changing the pairs. It would be very hard, especially when I get the notification. Let's actually click make. Right. When I get the notification, to actually know what this is, if it's worth for me to enter, not worth, whatever, right? So one of the things that I did is, let's say you could go on any one of those, and you see here it says line. Let's name it, I don't know, support. let's name that resistance, right? Let's name that right. Let's name that. Let's name that. I don't know. Gem1. Right. You see the name now. Not only you will get a notification that says, "Hey, price reaches your support, your resistance." Okay, but even if I am changing the time frames or go there, if I put the mouse here, you see, it renamed the item as well natively, right? So that's a good thing. Now, if this is activated, actually, let's go over to menu. Let's say an item, right? You could have it active, inactive. Obviously, doesn't matter. You want to have it active, but you have the option to have it the notification come to desktop, the pop-up, or into your phone, or maybe you don't want, the desktop, and you want only the phone, okay? And that's one thing. The other thing is you say here that it says distance pips. Let me activate that. And it takes a while because I'm tracking multiple stuff here. And here that says distance pips. What it does actually is you could say, okay, I don't want to send me the notification that price is about to go into support. Let's say resistance, whatever your strategy is actually. Let me know 10 pips before price reaches there. So it will give me time to sit on the PC, open the chart, or open my phone and see if it's worth to enter. Okay, that is that. So have the option to get a notification depending the pips that you put here before it reaches the item. Okay, 0 is upon reaching the item. When price goes here, you get a notification, or here, whatever. And the next thing that I put is minus, let's say, 15 pips. So I won't get a notification when reaching that area. I will get a notification 15 pips passing the area. Same thing happened here. Let's say 15 pips. By the way, this is for that item. Obviously, if I wanted to do it here, I would need to do it on Gem1. Alright. Here, 15 pips passing that area, which could be great for breakout. If you do like support, resistance, or break and retest, or maybe a liquidity sweep. Let's say you expecting here to have a liquidity grab. You don't want to enter as price reaches here. First go down, take the liquidity, and then enter. Or it might break that and continue to go down. Maybe you had that area marked like, okay, I will enter on a buy position, right, when price goes here. But if you have something like that, you get the notification, for example, after price break it, and you say, okay, I see continue going down, maybe I don't need to enter. Or at the end of the day, it's something that you do the work one time, like you do your analysis at the morning or weekly, whatever your strategy is. You're setting up your alerts, okay, and then you go on with your day. than sitting on top of the chart and waiting, price to reach and changing charts and tabs all the time. Okay, that's that. See. Now, if an item actually, let me give something here. Give 1 second. If an item actually activates, okay, you could either delete it or hit reset. But let me actually show to you if an item, let's say this activates. So it did its job, but sometimes depending on the strategy, you could have it, that area might be strong, so maybe you want to reset it, right? Here I cannot reset it because it's not like I deactivated manually. It's not like it fired and became inactive. And you see alert 0 out of 1 here. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Yeah, that's about that. Maybe I will shoot a video exclusively about this. Now let me actually show to you on on another tool that I'm working that's ready. I need to prepare a website for this. Not for this, for everything actually. What I do and I will do. Let me remove some stuff. Indicator. Delete. And let me throw here some stuff. Oh. I can't yet. Give me 1 second to actually try something. Is it ready? No. Okay. I see why. Let me give me 1 second. I believe now it would be. It's not like it's ready. It's about, I don't know, 25%, 30% ready. Let me actually show to you. Now, you might think like, hey, what's this? What's going on? And obviously, text and stuff like that are not ready, centered, colors, gaps here, every little thing. Some buttons are bigger, some buttons are smaller. The reason is because I need to be mindful with how much room I have to work with, and then I will adjust the sizes, the buttons, and all the cool stuff. Make it draggable. Yeah. Now here it will have the trade. Obviously, this needs to go down. Colors, modes, and X mode settings, parts, and trail here, and it will have another tab here. It will have more buttons. Just stay with me. Just understand a little bit the core functionalities, what it does, how it works. What it does. Pretty much you can understand. It's like trading assistant plus. It's version 56, so there are a lot of things under the hood that are not plugged yet. Okay, and we are already at about 30, let's say 35, 40%. Let's say somewhere around there. And yeah, let me actually show you some stuff here. It will be a trading assistant that you will be able to take a trade and calculate stuff on the fly, like based on the stop loss. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it will have some very, very advanced modes for compounding and some additional stuff like hide the stop loss from the broker and more stuff like what would happen if you open the position from phone, for example. A place to add, let's say, a comment because you might send an order. Maybe you use something else and maybe you want the other tool to look the comment and say, okay, the orders with that comment, don't look at them. Uh, let's see what else. Again, colors, centered, words, I see them. Okay, it's not the important that right now. Here, it will have a countdown timer for the new candle to open. Time, obviously, some more room here needed. Here, if I have, let's say, risk 1, if I put calculate off, it will open 1 lot. If I put 10, it will put 10 lot. Here percentage, here fixed, right? Based on the, if I put 100, it will risk $100 based on the stop loss, right? And sell, buy, obviously those stuff will happen on the chart as well. Some additional stuff would be here and the settings. And another cool thing that I was working very, very hard is because the thing is that it will be way, way more than a system because it will be able to plug and use some of the stuff that it has on a strategy or on another expert advisor or on an indicator. For example, to be able to say to the indicator, when you get an alert on that support, open a position with that risk or with that model, okay? Because as I said, I'm building a lot of stuff, and this will essentially help on the calculation side of things for manual and for expert advisor, or even create strategies, putting strategies, etc. So my kids here, a lot of cool stuff. And here another thing is, for example, if you do analysis on TradingView, right, and let's say you have your own custom list, right? Here MetaTrader 5, it's stuck on that department. So what I create here is I could click here, okay, what I want, let's say I want, okay, trade dot, and maybe I want the CJ. It will pull exactly what the broker has. So those stuff here. And by the way, not only I do that because of, to have my custom list, but also because I want to work on the chart more. So I could, remove that, and I have more space to work and actually see the information that I want to see. My pairs, my tabs down here, and possibly to enter either manually or whatever strategy I use, or with an EA, whatever. Okay, and let's say, for example, here it's not like finished. This is finished like 99% because let me actually show to you. You see? Actually, let's, instead of typing how USD, if I type, for example, few words. So maybe the broker have how euro, AUD, whatever, right? So this broker has those stuff here, and as you could see here on the next placeholders that essentially doesn't have anything. Here it says label, which is those buttons. If it was, let's say GBP, say it would be like that, so I need to remove that. And by the way, of course, I can change, add whatever I want, right? You see, it will the ones that I want. Maybe I want to close that. And right now, what's happened is everything that of the things that I wanted, right? It goes here on a list, okay, which I will be able, first and foremost, if I have a trade, this is not ready yet, but the work and the implementation already is under the hood. It's just visual, right? What will say here? Let's say I have a trade here, a trade here, a trade here, nothing here, nothing here, and a trade here. All right. I will be able to see, okay, how much profit or loss here is making dynamically. And I will potentially be able to close that from here without changing charts, do all that stuff. And we will have some, I know I'm jumping ahead, I don't have like a concise thought, just showing you because I got a ton of messages like, hey, what's the progress? What are you doing? So I'm showing you all together stuff that I'm working on in multiple fronts to understand a little bit more stuff. And by the way, for example, here it says AUD USD. If I click on that, it changes the chart to AUD USD. And if we change the chart, okay, Euro USD, Euro GBP, etc., etc. The first, I believe that one was on how USD, and it is because I didn't put it actually on the list. I want to put it by default, the chart that I am to be actually on the list as well. And here to remove here on the, if doesn't pull anything, goes to be like empty. No need to have label here, it's just a placeholder. Right? And we want to be snappy. And by the way, right now you might say, hey, how can it calculate the stop loss and stuff like that? I had put like a default lock position like 50 pips. It's not like it will be that what would happen. And by the way, here if I put that, you see how snappy it is. And if I hit lines, you see here, it won't be like that. It will be different version with more buttons here, and essentially what someone would be able to do is it will be able to grab that on one click. It won't be like that, okay, just to say that, and it will show here the information, stop loss the same thing, and you see here it goes outside. Don't worry, I got you. I got a lot of things. And buy, sell, close all, partials. I would be able to do a lot of stuff from here. And yeah, after I do all that stuff and fix here add the modes, or maybe not all the modes yet. Maybe work a little bit on the policing side, which could happen on one day. essentially polish the colors to have a better color scheme and give some flexibility. Which at the end of the day we want something that works. Okay, see here with the space. For example, here I might have a comment, or here, or even here. For example, I put some stuff here, some default and stuff like that. Obviously, we want this to be able to catch it, grab it, and move it. Obviously, and have like collapse. My kid collapse, and or when it's collapsed, so we would be able to analyze the chart to have more like condensed version. So think it the collapsed version to be something like that. Maybe something like that. If I can put it here. Maybe something like that. Which will show, for example, the hour for the next candle or a time countdown. Right here. Maybe the lines here to be able to take that. Maybe the mode. Another important thing is it will have like pre-default, like you would be able to have locked like 1 to 5, for example, and you will be able to change that. Yeah. And essentially what we want is have this, have some indicators here, and say, okay, when price came here, take the position, or to be ready. Get a notification, even if you, by the way, something crazy is coming. For example, if I take a position from the phone, this to be able to work it out. A very, very smart way. Currently, nobody, to my knowledge, is able to do something like that. There might be a tool that be able to calculate when you take a position from the phone, that calculate based on modes here and some additional stuff, and yeah, that's about that. Another thing is the elements go behind the panel. Okay, this called like Z position, so appear behind. Just update you on stuff that I'm actively working. First and foremost for me, and whoever wants to get involved. And that's about that. I believe until the next week I will have progressed a lot. But yeah, that's all for now. And there are an additional one more indicator, but I don't want to take more of the time to have smaller videos. It's about sessions, but in advanced way. There is one more tool that is about news. There is another one that the developer backtesting yearly data. That's that. Yeah, go from there. That's all. Hope you like the update. If you didn't, well, nothing I do. I like it, and this is what matters at the end of the day. And yeah, cheers and enjoy your trading, guys.